Hey everyone, it's Nick, and today I want to do a little rant because something's been pissing me off recently and I just can't shake it off, so I'm gonna complain to you guys about it, so let's get started. So my first video I mentioned that I am mixed, and the two races that I am mixed with is basically Peruvian, which is South American, and Filipino, which I guess you can technically say Asian or like Pacific Islander or whatever floats your boat. But I have two, not just one. Don't get me wrong, like I love being two races, but sometimes there is some downfalls on being two because you get the stereotypes of not just one, but two. So let's get started. So my first pet peeve is that every time I speak Spanish, people just assume that I'm Mexican. Just because I speak Spanish doesn't mean I'm Mexican. Yes, I appreciate the Mexican culture and I appreciate who they are, but doesn't mean that there's only one Hispanic race, so don't be ignorant, you know what I mean? So like the other day I was talking to my coworker and I said, "A qué hora sales?" which means what time do you get out? And my other coworker came in and was like, "Oh, I didn't know you were Mexican." And I was kind of already in a bad mood, so I was like, "You're so ignorant," and I kind of like went off on him, but I kind of feel bad, but like, there's more than one Hispanic race, okay? And that brings me to my next point, which is my eyes. So my other half, like I said, was Filipino, and because I have more almond-shaped eyes than most people, I obviously am assumed to be Asian, and people just start talking to me in like Tagalog, which is the Filipino language, which is kind of annoying because I don't even speak it. Maybe I like should learn, but I will. Like, it's not that annoying, but people just start randomly having conversations with me, and it's like, I'm sorry, like, you're gonna need to repeat all that in like English. And that goes for Spanish too. Sometimes people just come up to me and start speaking Spanish. Like, I know I do understand Spanish and I speak fluent Spanish, but just because I may look the part doesn't mean you can just automatically start speaking to someone in like your language just because you, like, what if I look Persian, I can start speaking to me in your language? Like, I'm sorry. Oh, and also, I don't eat guinea pigs because I'm from Peru, or I don't eat like baby chickens and an egg because I'm Filipino, okay? Like, I eat regular food. I like burgers and In-N-Out just like everyone else does, okay? And no, you don't have to take off your shoes when you come into my house. Just because I look the Asian part doesn't mean you have to take off your shoes. Oh. My friend came over the other day and was like, "Oh, do you want me to take off my shoes?" And I was like, "No, you don't." "Oh, but I thought you were Asian." I'm sorry that I am Asian and I don't follow the stereotypes of everyone else. Like, oh, and I do recycle. Just because I recycle cans doesn't mean I'm a poor Hispanic/Asian that goes in the street and recycle cans. No, I recycle cans from where I'm from. Like, let's say I'm at a family event and I just take your cans, doesn't mean I am poor, okay? I just want to recycle, not because it's extra money, but just because it's like good for the environment, I think. Yeah. Okay, maybe I do follow like a stereotype, you know, like when you run out of soap in like the kitchen or the bathroom, just like pour water into like the little container, just like shake it up. Well, yeah, that's what I kind of do. That's what my family does, and it's kind of embarrassing, but like we do it. And just because there's a stereotype of having a big Hispanic family and a big Filipino family doesn't mean I have people living like in my basement and living room. I am sorry that I have a regular sized family living with me, like. Oh, and I forgot to say, no offense to the people that fall into these stereotypes, it's just how I feel personally, and I don't mean to hurt your feelings or be aggressive towards you. It's just like, I get comments like this all the time, and I don't think I fall under these stereotypes, so that's why I'm making a video. There is a perk though of speaking Spanish when you look Asian. It's when people are talking crap about you behind your back and you're like, I know what they're saying. It's that you know when people are talking crap about you in Spanish behind your back. Like, girl, I know what you be saying in Spanish. You don't need to hide it from me. Shalissa down the street know what you're talking about. She speaks Spanish too. Don't try to hide it. Just come up to me and say it, okay? So like the other day, I guess, came into my line at work and I bagged their item kind of slow because I was in a bad mood, okay? And I guess because I was bagging their item slow, they got into a grumpy mood and started talking the crap behind my back in Spanish, and they're like, "Él es tan antipático que no puede ayudarnos," which means like he's such like an annoying person that he's like acting like this on purpose. And I was like, no, I'm not. I straight up, I was like, no, I'm bagging it slow because I'm tired. I'm sorry, do you want me to bag faster? And I said it in English so I can prove a point, because you can't just generalize someone because of their looks, okay? And I'm very, very opinionated on that. So we can't talk about that now because that's a whole separate video, but yeah, moving on. I guess there are some stereotypes that I fall under because like the other day I was trying to talk to my grandma. I was like, ¿hay algo de comer? And she's like, ¿qué? Which means what I said was, is there something to eat? And she was like, what? I keep repeating myself and she's like, ¿qué? ¿Qué? She gets louder and louder. I'm like, never mind, you know what, just never mind. I don't even know, I don't even care if there's food in the fridge or not, or if you made anything. And then she gets mad because she can't hear me, but they just get louder and louder. Because Hispanics like to argue a lot. I mean, at least Italian/Peruvian people do, but I don't know what y'all do in your household, but my grandma loved to argue. And just because I'm Hispanic doesn't mean I make tamales or like elote or you know what I mean? I cook regular food. Like, have you heard of ají de gallina, which is like Peruvian food? Or have you heard of pancit or pancet, however you want to pronounce it? It's Filipino like noodles. Like, I don't eat like duck because I'm Filipino. I don't eat like chow mein. You know what I mean? It's just like kind of racist. And don't get me wrong, I have a lot of love for both races. It's just that sometimes these pet peeves/stereotypes really do get the best of me and I do get a little bit annoyed. But thank you all for watching and comment down below what ethnicity you are and if you have any pet peeves with it. And please subscribe and like. Thank you. And like I said, still don't have an outro and I'm still working on it. So, bye.